Overview of Sinners 2025. Sinners 2025 is an American coming-of-age historical drama that captures the raw emotional transformation of youth caught in the tide of social upheaval. Set against the backdrop of the late 1960s to early 1970s, the film follows a group of teenagers growing up in a conservative southern town during a time of civil rights struggles, generational conflict, and the Vietnam War. It weaves personal growth with societal change, exploring themes of guilt, redemption, rebellion, and identity. The film is both intimate and sweeping, balancing personal stories with a powerful historical context. Storyline and themes. The story centers on Mary Beth Langston, a troubled teenage girl raised in a strict religious household. After a tragic event shatters her family, she begins questioning the rigid moral boundaries imposed on her. She forms a bond with a group of young outcasts, each grappling with their own secrets and inner demons. As they navigate love, loss, betrayal, and self-discovery, they are forced to confront their past sins and decide what kind of future they want to create. The film does not shy away from heavy themes. Religious repression, racial injustice, LGBTQ+ identity, and mental health are all addressed with nuance and emotional depth. Star cast and character roles. Winona Ryder stars as Abigail Langston, Mary Beth's deeply religious mother, who represents the old guard, a woman trapped in the traditions of her upbringing, struggling to reconcile her love for her daughter with her unyielding beliefs. Ryder delivers a haunting, restrained performance, portraying Abigail with equal parts tenderness and fear. Newcomer Emily Scott plays Mary Beth Langston, the central character. Her performance has been described as raw and emotionally fearless, capturing the intensity of adolescence with remarkable authenticity. Supporting cast includes Jacob Elordi as Caleb, a rebellious teenager with a hidden past. Sadie Sink as Ruthie, Mary Beth's best friend whose secret threatens to tear the group apart. Coleman Domingo as Reverend Ellis, a progressive local preacher who challenges the town's moral compass. Noah Jupe as Jeremy, a war veteran's son dealing with PTSD and survivor's guilt. Lucas Hedges as Isaac, Abigail's estranged brother, who returns to town with a mysterious agenda. Technical department. The cinematography by Rachel Morrison is rich with earthy tones and period-authentic textures. Long, quiet takes and use of natural light create a deeply immersive visual experience, evoking Terrence Malick style while adding a modern sensibility. Editing was handled by Joe Walker, who skillfully balances the film's lyrical pacing with moments of sudden emotional intensity. His work helps stitch together multiple timelines and characters without losing narrative focus. Production design by Hannah Beachler perfectly recreates the rural Southern American setting of the late 60s. Every detail, from the faded wallpaper in the Langston home to the period-accurate vehicles and clothing, feels lived in and authentic. Music department. The score, composed by Nicholas Britell, blends somber piano motifs with gospel and blues influences to match the film's religious and cultural themes. A few folk tracks from the era, including songs by Bob Dylan and Nina Simone, are used sparingly but powerfully to anchor key emotional moments. Original songs written for the film, especially Fire in the Chapel, performed by Emily Scott, have become standout features, adding emotional weight and thematic resonance. Pre-production. Pre-production began in mid-2023. Director Claire Anderson, known for her meticulous storytelling and emotional realism, spent over a year researching the socio-political climate of Southern America during the civil rights era. The casting process was exhaustive, especially for the role of Mary Beth, which was eventually awarded to Emily Scott after more than 300 auditions. Anderson worked closely with historians, cultural consultants, and trauma specialists to ensure authenticity, especially in scenes dealing with sensitive topics. Filming. Filming took place primarily in Georgia and Alabama over the course of 62 days. The director insisted on shooting in real locations instead of soundstages to maintain realism. Weather often played a role in the film's naturalistic aesthetic, and several key scenes were shot during actual rainstorms to amplify emotional moments. To foster chemistry among the younger cast, Anderson organized several weeks of improvisational workshops and rehearsals before shooting, which helped build the natural dynamic scene on screen. Post-production. Post-production was completed in early 2025. Visual effects were minimal, mostly used to de-age locations or subtly enhance background settings. Sound design was handled with extraordinary care, especially in scenes depicting emotional trauma and silence, used to represent internal conflict. The final cut runs at 2 hours and 18 minutes, with a seamless blend of past and present narrative threads. Movie budget and box office. The budget for Sinners 2025 was approximately $35 million, with much of the funding coming from independent backers and a production grant from the American Film Foundation. It had a limited theatrical release in March 2025, followed by a wide release in April. Box office collections have been strong for a drama of this nature, bringing in $82 million globally within 6 weeks of release. The film also performed well in European markets, particularly in France and the UK, due to its universal themes of rebellion and redemption. OTT and satellite release. The film is set to premiere on the streaming platform Max, formerly HBO Max, in July 2025. A broadcast deal has also been signed with the AMC network for a fall premiere. The full HD version with director's commentary and behind-the-scenes features will be available on Blu-ray and digital download by August 2025. Audience reception and critical acclaim. Sinners 2025 has received widespread critical acclaim. Critics praised the direction, performances, music, and visual storytelling. On Rotten Tomatoes, it holds a 93% approval rating, and on Metacritic, a score of 87. Audiences have resonated deeply with the film, particularly young adults and older viewers who lived through the era. Its themes of shame, identity, and transformation have led to passionate online discussions and think pieces in major film publications. Winona Ryder's performance is already generating early Oscar buzz, while Emily Scott has been touted as a breakout star of the year. Final review. Sinners 2025 is a stirring, beautifully crafted drama that transcends its period setting to explore timeless human struggles. It's a film that challenges, moves, and ultimately heals. Through powerful storytelling and unforgettable performances, it stands as one of the most emotionally resonant films of the decade. If you're drawn to character-driven stories with historical depth and emotional complexity, this is a must-watch.